Hello everyone, it is Celia Muswining Zangele here again. I am a South African YouTuber. I'm new at this game and please bear with me because my videos are not so professional for now, but I assure you that they will be because I'm still in the learning process and eventually they will be up to a better standard than they are at this moment. If you're coming across this video for the first time, please don't leave. Stay just until the end of this video because I believe it is either beneficial to you or to someone else that you know. And if you're coming back again, thank you so much. I love you for coming over and over again to help me here and listen to my ramblings here and spending your data and your time. Those are two valuable things. Thank you so much. In the last video, we spoke about the challenges of living a relationship. In whatever way you live a relationship, there would be challenges after. Some people manage to live relationships in which they were the highest earners. In some, they were the lowest earners, and unfortunately in some, they were the zero earners. Hence, they were in those relationships as dependents. And in that video, I tried to make recommendations as to what is it that a person can do when they leave a relationship and find themselves as a now single income person, relying on a single income instead of two dual incomes. So unfortunately, the situation at times forces one to leave relationships. There are many reasons why we leave relationships. Some of the reasons, to name a few, could be the violence. The violence can drive you away to save your life, and emotional abuse, that also can drive you to save your life and to save your dignity, to save your emotions, to save yourself. And sometimes love does end. We do know that it ends, or sometimes it does not even there, and the pretense has to end at some point and decide that I have to live here. And sometimes you are forced to leave not because you want to, your emotions are still there, but the other person whom you cannot control may have found a better person to want to carry on with life with and leave you behind. Now, what do you do from then onwards? Emotionally, we've spoken about the finances. We did make recommendations about the things that we can do to better our lives and close the gap opened by leaving another person that may have been contributing towards our income. Now that the person is not there, our lives should not just end there. We still have to carry on with life. And carrying on with life does need finances. And sometimes we did speak about getting into debt. You may also find yourself slowly getting into debt. And we also spoke about now how to drag and keep yourself out of that hole that would have been dug by the debt. So today, my focus is on the other challenges beyond finances that you have to expect when living a relationship. And all these things that I'm mentioning, all these are things that you need to consider as you live a relationship. But they should not hinder you from taking that brave step to leave a relationship, because we all realize that many people stay in relationships because of different reasons. One is because they feel like they've got nowhere to go to. Two is because they are afraid to be alone, because they think they won't survive being alone. Number three, it also could be that they think no one else would love them the way this person is loving them. So as you can see, there are many aspects into deciding to leave a relationship. So beside the finances, there are other factors to think about. Now, today, the factor that I would like us to focus on is the emotional one. There is an emotional toll that happens to you when you leave a relationship. That emotional toll can leave you to a point where even your immune system goes down, and as it goes down, it gives way to other illnesses to attack you. I'm talking about physical illnesses. You can end up being sick physically because of the stress, the depression, the emotions, the down low emotions that you feel. All those can contribute negatively towards your health as well. And not just your physical health, but your mental health as well. You may find yourself very sad, hurt, painful. You may find yourself frustrated. You may find yourself angry. You could be triggered by even smallest of things. A simple thing like coming into a home in the evening and you find that a light bulb it's off. A light bulb it's finished and complete and it's broken or whatever the case may be, and a new one is needed. That simple thing, it looks like it's very simple, but it can trigger the emotions because you may find that you were not the one that was changing that light bulb, and you get a light bulb moment for yourself that, yay, yeah, I'm alone. There is someone that used to do this, now it has to be my duty, and I've got no clue, no idea as to what I should do from here. You may also have other light bulb moments like getting a tire puncture along the way. If you're driving and maybe you find a tire puncture, you do know that when everything was good, you had your hand to say, hi babe, I have a tire puncture and I'm stuck at this place, and you knew that he or she was gonna make a plan, particularly as the she's are the ones that encounter the most problems. Because I remember after separating from my husband during the divorce process, I remember getting the first tire puncture, and I was like, I cried so much. And what made me cry is that I knew this was gonna be his department. I knew that he was gonna be a phone call away and he was gonna be there, right there in a minute, and fix everything so that this gets sorted. And like I told you, because our breakup was bad, so he couldn't be the go-to guy that I can say, please come and help with. And you know what? I was driving a car which I didn't even know where the spare tire was. So lucky enough, the car had insurance. I called the insurance people and they came, and for the first time I could see where the spare tire was, which was below the car. But I'm saying such light bulb moments can take you right back and trigger you into thinking, is it worth it to be alone? And you may find yourself asking yourself deep questions that may lead to depression, slowly slipping into depression because you can't handle being alone after this. And that is the most dangerous part, because as dangerous as it is, it may drive you into the wrong hands. The first person that may come in your direction, the first person that may come in your direction showing interest, you could just open arms to them, because you are like a damsel in distress and you are waiting for a savior. You may look at them as a savior, and you may forget to think about every other aspect to them, and then find yourself in a more dangerous situation than you were at first. So choosing to be single after a relationship, being it the reason was dangerous, or it was just a decision, or it was even a mutual decision, is not making things easier for you after. To live alone again doesn't make it easier at all. There are lots of challenges. Besides the money, those light bulb moments that take you right back to where you are reminded of him doing this for you and doing that for you effortlessly, and you discover for the first time that, yay, changing a light bulb it's quite a task, a daunting task. You've got to find something to climb on, and you've got to catch that you get to have somebody that will ensure that you don't fall, and you don't know whether some things are turned to the right or turned to the left. Guys, it's daunting. It's such a daunting task. But I must say to you, all these are doable. No one says it's easy, but I can assure you it is doable. And what I would also like to advise is to avoid running into another relationship too fast just because you can, or just because there is someone that looks very interesting immediately after you have left the other person, and this person is the person that's opening arms for you to say, come, you are the woman that I've been waiting for. Or again, we can be tempted to want to prove a point to the other person that, you see, you didn't appreciate me, somebody else does appreciate me more. Those should not be the reasons why we run into other relationships, let alone getting into a relationship just because you are afraid of being alone. We need to recuperate. I encourage you to find yourself again, and that can also happen only if you give yourself that space. A space to mourn that relationship, a space to mourn your decision, a space to remind yourself of the many reasons why you decided that was the right move for you. Because you're gonna need it a while. You're gonna need it for a while. You're gonna need to now and then remind yourself, Konja, why did I leave this person? Why did I leave this person? Because at that particular moment, you'll find the good memories flashing your head and making you feel like actually you should have stayed there, because that person was not all bad. That person, if it's a Friday, if you had a habit of braaiing on Fridays, when that time comes, you may find yourself so agonized, so hurt and so lost, because now you do know that this time we would be spending it this way. So it takes a while to learn to study the new habits. But among all these new habits that we're going to learn, let it not be alcohol, let it not be gambling, let it not be spending time all the time with other people, avoiding to be alone. You're gonna need to be alone so that you can get into the habit of being alone, starting this life alone, learning to love yourself alone, finding yourself again, because remember, even the previous person that you have split up with, there was a time you did not know them. There was a time, and you were living a fulfilled life even before you met them. And you can still live, can survive even after them. They did not create you. They did not make you. They found you here. You found them here. You merged your life, and for a period of time, you were merged. And if the time comes where you have to divide the measure, it's fine. But I'm saying it is doable for you to go back to a position where you were not measured with that person. You can go back there. It's not gonna be easy because now the merge was much better. It was thicker. So to have a merge that is divided into a totally opposite measures is not so easy. Parts of the other part of the measure will be left here, and the parts of this one may be left there, because now the split is not easy. As you split things like this, you do know, if you take even a cake, a lemon creams cake with the lemon in between, if you're gonna and try and break them fast together, that one may be clean, one may be having the most of the cream, or part of the cream and parts of the cream. That's exactly what happens when we merge our lives. Some of the things that come out of there could be children. Having children, when we unmerge, or when we decide to cut off our measure, there is repercussions, particularly to children. If we do have children, that adds up to another dynamic. But before we come to the children, which will be the last chapter that I make about the children and everything, I want you to focus on you as a woman. Focus on yourself, baby girl. Today I want to talk about you. And I'm also going to talk about our brothers. Please find time to yourself. Please check the status of your mental health. Please go for physical checkups at the doctor. Check that the heart is still okay. Everything in your body is still okay, because you are highly likely to have problems like the heart not functioning well because of the pressure. You may also find that you have the blood pressure that either goes down or goes up, or you may even be diabetic, and maybe from the kind of comfort foods that you are eating now, because there's a lot of comfort eating that we do when we come from a painful place and we are navigating away from the pain. So we tend to comfort food a lot. We take to go for fast foods and whatnot, and those are not good for our health. So there is a lot, Nje, that is involved in breaking up with someone that we have spent some years together. It's not easy, but it has to be done, and it is doable. Give it time. Give it time. Don't be afraid of being alone. Actually, for a period of time, you have to be alone just to process what happened. But ensure that you being alone shouldn't be now a habit that you cannot get out of. That all the time now you want to be alone. Being alone, like choosing to be alone all the time, also can be a sign of depression when it kicks in. And what happens when the depression kicks in? Now you also have to take care of your mental health by going to the right places. As much as you have to go to the doctor to have your body checked and your bloods checked, if there aren't any diseases that may arise from the depression and the stress, you also have to go to the psychologist. You also have to go to the psychiatrist for any kind of mild medication that they can give you, depending on how bad or how severe your situation is. Because really, doing things on our own, not recognizing that we even getting mental illness, we end up affecting the children. We may end up acting out all the anger and all the pain to the children, the wrong people that did not cause our breakup. And believe me, no parent wants to feel like their children are blaming themselves for the breakup, because we do know that the children cannot break us up. If we love each other, they can do anything that they like. They cannot break us up. So, but children have a tendency of blaming themselves, and I don't have to repeat this again to clarify that is dangerous for children to think they are the one that has caused problems between adults, because they end up committing suicide because of such. Should they ever blame themselves? It's very, very highly likely for them to commit suicide, and we do not want that. And it would add to already the pain that you feel, in the frustration, the everything. So watch out for the episodes that you get after a breakup. Watch out, because you want to live even after this relationship. And remember, that relationship may not define you, should not define you. You shouldn't have no identity just because now you are no longer with that person. Yes, for the longest period of time, people will still want to bring the other person in. But the sooner you let them know that I'm no longer with that person, the easier for you, because next time they see you, they won't mistake you for you still somebody's wife, and where is that guy, how is he, and so on. So you better make sure you take control, you take the steering control, and you use either two options of informing people. You say, I don't want to talk about him for now, and that is polite enough. If the person asks you, where is your husband? Say, I don't want to talk about him. The person will get a clear message that something is wrong there. Or you can be honest and say, we are no longer together, but I do not like to talk about it right now. And some people keep prying. I do know that they are good at prying. So that will also depend on you. How much or what space are you at to engage the person that persuades and to have a conversation about that. And people also have a tendency of saying, was it that bad? Couldn't you fix it though? Did you go for counseling, marriage counseling? Did you go to this church? You know, they say this and this church helps. Don't be harsh on such people. Remember that what they're trying to do is only to help. They are not in a mission to make you feel bad or to make you feel like a failure or to make you feel like you didn't do enough. They are concerned because we get used to change is not good. We get used to certain things a certain way. Once we discover that they have changed in our mindset, it's difficult for us to accept that change has happened. So it's another big problem that as a society we are battling with. But I think slowly we're taking control of situations where we tell people that let's stop crying. If a person is ready to tell you, they will come and tell you. If a person would like someone to talk to about their situations, they would approach a person and talk to them. But remember, that is never going to stop people who are crying. A person that likes crying is going to cry anyway. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I may be rambling and grumbling right there and there, but please bear with me. In time, I'm new at this game, In time, I'm going to produce videos that are like with the content that is stable, that has direction as to it starts from here and goes there and goes there and goes there. In the meantime, please bear with me and please keep supporting me. With your support, I think I'll get more and more wings to fly. I would like to fly. Thank you so much. Let me fly with you. Bye-bye.